let's talk about the Cyber Revolt Phase 2 beta Helios rifle changes. So, what's the more noticeable changes it did? Well, first of all, they changed it into a tier 5, so you can no longer upgrade it, and it still has the tier 4 stats, which is kind of cool. They also gave it one extra magazine for some odd reason, so now it has 360 ammo capacity. So, yeah, that is the stat changes on the weapon itself, and then it's some changes when it comes to enemies, and that is that Patriarch, Flesh Pounds, and Quarter Pounders have 20% like more damage resistance against this, basically. So the vulnerability from Patriarch against the Helios rifle went from 90% to 70%, and Flesh Pounds and Quarter Pounders went from 100% to 80%. So now Flesh Pounds and Quarter Pounders have a 0.8 damage multiplier against the Helios rifle. So what does that mean? Well, that means, first of all, against Flesh Pounds, it's going to require a few more shots to kill it. So now it's going to require 26 shots to decap a Flesh Pound, instead of 21. So the takedown is still very similar, but one thing you should notice now is that, if I can get an unraged one. So yeah, one thing that you will probably notice is that if you don't hit enough shots in the head, you can actually fire panic the Flesh Pound before he dies, even if he ends up enraged. Yeah, that seems to only work if you're starting the takedown when he's unenraged, and he could just get fire panic now. Which kind of sucks, because fire panic is pretty bad for big sets, so yeah, that kind of sucks. Against Quarter Pounders, however, it's still very similar, where you are mostly just shooting the Quarter Pounder, and he will eventually die. So yeah, Quarter Pounders are still very similar, it just requires a few more shots. Probably same with 4 or 5 more shots. I haven't really tested that because Quarter Pounders are not that difficult to kill with this weapon in the first place, so yeah. But Skriks are the same, so you can do this takedown. 2 shots, bash, dump. And you get a puff and sting setup from that. So Skriks are the same still, and they require... I don't actually remember how many shots they required, like 17 or something like that in the head? 17, 18, yeah. 18 shots to decap a Skrik. So yeah, that's the same. And then against Patriarch, well, Firebug isn't really that good against bosses in the first place, mainly because, one, Firebug is not faster. So, you know, you only have the base movement speed, which isn't really good against bosses, because against bosses you want to be fast, because mobility equals survivability, and having good survivability against the bosses is really good. And the other thing is having good DPS, and for perks with good DPS, well, you have Slinger, Sharpshooter. Yeah, these two are like way better in terms of DPS than the Firebug. And the Slinger at level 22 can like slow down the boss, so he can slow down the boss for everyone. And Sharpshooter have freeze grenades, which against Patriarch you can freeze him when he's trying to run away. Haunts, you can just freeze him at some point in the fight, because why not? And the only boss the Firebug is good at is mainly A-Bomb, because you can use ground fires to kind of just stumble lock him. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And King Flesh Pound, well, King Flesh Pound is not really that difficult. You know, just kill the Quarter Pounders and then shoot the King. Quarter Pounders spawn again, shoot the Quarter Pounders. Yeah. But now, since the Helios rifle is only going to weight 8 no matter what, so, you know, it's no longer going to require 9 weight if you wanted to have a tier 5. That means you can just run a flamethrower now with it. And you can just play Firebug that you have played like previously with the flamethrower. It's just now you have a bigger, or better, big set killer weapon. Which is pretty nice. So yeah. Or you could run tier 4. Oops. Oh. You can run tier 4 Spitfires. with the Helios rifle, and you still have enough space for an Asia-Tech pistol, which is nice. This is also a pretty strong setup, and with this setup you can use barbecue instead of ground fire, so you can very freely just change over to said shrapnel, because napalm is still somewhat useful when it comes to dot damage anyway, because it allows you to finish off sets because of the extra dot damage duration. And said shrapnel is again a little bit too random for my liking. Yeah. Or you can run tier 5 Mac 10 with the Asia-Tech pistol. That is also something you could do. Yeah, but you probably end up running stuff like flamethrower or upgraded Spitfires with Helios rifle. I think those are probably going to be some of the better setups, like in terms of overall usage. And then it's like Mac 10 after that, probably, and then Dragon Breath, because Dragon Breath sucks. Or, you know, you could still just use a Calci Burn if you want to generate a lot of money to just throw out your teammates, if you don't really want to get like a flamethrower. And if you don't care about throwing money to your teammates, you can just get a flamethrower as soon as you can, and yeah, use rifle flamethrower setup. But yeah, Beta Phase 2 changes. The only real change they did now is that flesh pounds are a little bit harder to kill, and you can no longer upgrade the Helios rifle. Other than that, the weapon is still the same, so it's still a good big set killer weapon. So yeah, that's that.